I don't tell a lot of people about this because I'm pretty embarrassed by it, but one time IGN was actually nice enough to give me an interview and it went absolutely terrible. Worse than I ever could have possibly imagined. So today I'm going to tell you guys all about it, so let's jump on in. So I started blogging on the MyIGN website. I'm not sure if it's still around. I haven't been over there in a long time, but I noticed that they started putting a couple of my articles on the IGN homepage, and I thought, hell, if I'm good enough for them to post on here, maybe I should apply for one of their positions. So I saw they had a position open. They just posted it on Twitter, and it was something like, it was a person who basically like analyzes data and sees what's popular and then tells like the editors about it, tells them to do this, all that kind of stuff. So I guess like an associate producer or something like that. And it's something that I didn't know anything about. I was into writing, I was into opinion pieces, features, reviews, video stuff like this, and I just did not know how to do that. But for some reason, I still applied, and I'm honestly surprised they gave me an interview in the first place, because on my resume, I mean, they could see that I cared about stats. I liked looking at stats, like seeing what was popular, so I guess that's what they saw and they liked. But other than that, it was all like reviews, opinion pieces, podcasting, videos. It wasn't the stuff that they were necessarily looking for, and I literally have no college experience at all. So actually, shout out to IGN for giving someone who's only graduated high school a chance. I think that's really cool. I don't think you need any like type of a college degree to know about video games. I just think that was really cool of them to give me a chance, but they honestly shouldn't have given me a chance, because it was a terrible interview. So they set it up. It was like 12 hours later after they told me about it. They told me in the evening, and then like 12 hours later I was going to be interviewed. So I honestly didn't really have a long time to be happy, to celebrate. I went straight into just immediately stressing out, like I don't know what I'm going to say. I had never been interviewed by anything. I got my first job at a 7-Eleven, which is where I was still working at that time. And I wasn't interviewed. I just started because my friend's mom worked there, and I did not know what kind of questions they were going to ask. And I especially didn't think they would ask very like typical questions that like any job would ask, like the same type of like, what would you do during this situation? What's something you've done where you've proven yourself? What's a time where something has gone wrong and then you fix the problem? Those are the types of questions they asked, and I really didn't know what to say, because I was just working at a couple small websites around that time and just blogging, and then other than that, all my experience was at 7-Eleven and mobile and just like gas stations. So I didn't know what to say to anything. And on top of that, I don't think I've mentioned it in this video yet, but this week I'm trying to let you guys know I have a terrible stuttering problem, and in my videos you might notice I add a lot of B-roll, I have a lot of cuts, and I'm sorry about that, but I stutter terribly. Now, I've been able to make it better over the years by finding out ways where I can start a sentence without stuttering, because I used to be that guy who was like tit, and when I'm super nervous nowadays, I can still get to that point, and it sucks. Like it makes you seem like you're uneducated, that you don't know what to say, but it's not that. You just literally can't have words come out of your mouth. You just feel like you're trapped in your own mouth, I guess. I don't even know how to explain it, but yeah, I did a lot of that in the interview. He asked me questions. I didn't know what to say at all. I was young. I think I was like 18 around the time, which is like pretty young for someone like that they were hiring, which they ended up hiring someone who was, I think, younger than me around that time, which was Alana. She's gone now, but yeah, so I thought it was really nice of them to give me a chance, but I stuttered terribly. I answered questions so bad. At the end of the interview, I was dumb enough to ask him, because of my nervousness, I guess. I said, on a scale from 1 to 10, how nervous do I sound? He said, I'd say about a 10, and I was like, I was kind of hoping he wouldn't say a 10, but it was obvious. And I blew it. Like, that would have been huge for me, and it was before I even had kids, so flying to San Francisco and living there was a possibility. It was something that me and my wife, or girlfriend at the time, had talked about, and we didn't do it after that. Sorry, my cat just moved the camera. We did not do it after that. I didn't get the job, of course. I got an email, I think, like a week later saying we went with somebody else. And I was like, well, I expected that. But even though I expected it, it was still so heartbreaking. Like, I loved IGN. A lot of people hate that website. I just really like their reviews, their podcasts. The people there are super nice, and like they seem super cool. Of course, there are some that I haven't always been the fan of, but like the majority of the people they hire, they're like really awesome people. And I would have loved to have worked with them, because like around the time I was listening to all their podcasts, thought they were really cool, and it was whenever all the people I really, really loved still worked there. which there are still some of them, like Damon, Ryan. It really tore me apart, and I actually stepped away from writing for a while because I didn't think I was going to get anywhere. I was going to settle and just, I don't know, work at a gas station for the rest of my life. But I'm glad I didn't completely give up. I kept with it, I kept writing, and sooner or later I got noticed by some people. I started reaching out to websites, ended up getting hired at Nintendo Enthusiast as a features writer, and I was super happy with that. And then I've slowly grown at the company. Now I run the website, I'm lead on video production, so it's all really awesome now. I'm able to do this from home, work full-time in the video games media, which is my long-time dream and passion, and I'm finally actually doing it, and I'm happy about all of that. But boy, did that interview go terribly. Just absolutely terrible. And I wish I remembered more of it. I just remember he was obviously like trying to get off the phone as soon as he could, because I just sounded like an idiot. I couldn't even like let out a sentence. And even stuff like, if I would have had like 30 seconds to think of an answer instead of he asked me, it's silent for like, I don't know, a couple of seconds, and it seems like an eternity, and I feel like I should be talking but I have nothing to say yet. I would start talking, and then what I was saying wouldn't make any sense. And I mean literally no sense. Like, just the worst thing ever. I think when he asked me, what's something that you've done to solve a problem, that I said, like, an article published too early, and I ran to my computer and deleted the article. Like, it was that bad. Like, that's just so embarrassing. That's all I got to say today, guys. I'm in Florida right now on my family vacation, hopefully having a great time, but I'll be back next week with some more videos. And thanks a lot for watching. Please be sure to subscribe. This isn't the type of video I normally do, but if you stuck around this long, thanks so much, and I'll talk to you guys later.